and therefore a perfect little carrier for this.
Marnie White is a mother from Fairfield. She's also a professor of public health at Yale University. She's also one of 9 million immunocompromised Americans.
About a month before the pandemic, I was diagnosed with a serious and often fatal autoimmune disease that requires a type of chemotherapy.
Chemotherapy that wiped out her immune system, making her unable to develop antibodies, even though she's vaccinated against COVID. A Johns Hopkins study showing immunocompromised people are 485 times more likely to end up hospitalized from COVID.
In February of 2021, I started writing to the school board and to the state level Department of Education, asking what the plan is for next year.
She asked the Fairfield School District to offer a remote learning option for her 10-year-old son, Lane, but they deferred to the state. So Marnie petitioned the State Department of Education, citing in this letter that a failure to develop a remote learning plan, quote, deprives her son of his right to a free public education.
I would be around people that I know that aren't vaccinated, and I know that it'd be possible for the virus to spread and I could get it. I might not be sick, but it could spread to my mom, who could be really sick and potentially die.
But the State Department of Education, who declined our request for an interview, also denied Marnie's request. Commissioner Charlene Russell Tucker calling her complaint, quote, not substantial, going on to say, we sympathize with your situation, and explaining that the Education Department is working with the State Health Department on additional COVID mitigation measures in the schools.
Even with mitigation is certainly helpful in reducing that. Mitigation meaning distancing and masks indoors, but it's certainly not flawless. And so given that and given my vulnerability, I knew that we wouldn't be able to safely return my son to the brick and mortar school.
Now, the Connecticut General Assembly did enact legislation that allows districts on a limited basis to develop a remote learning plan, but that would not begin until the start of the 2022 school year. Ultimately, the State Department of Education pointed the finger back at the districts, saying that even though there's no mandate for remote learning, that the local districts do have the option, at least, to allow it. We're live in Hartford. Matt Caron, Fox 61 News.